here today with an episode of Minecraft Dinosaurs, and today we're back and actually starting the episode in the house for once, which I don't think we've done in forever. I don't think we've been over here in absolute ages. It's been kind of crazy. Anyway, you might be wondering, well, actually I was about to say, you might be wondering what we're doing today. Of course you already know what we're doing today because thumbnail, title, whatever. Anyway, today is the beginning of a project I've been talking about for, heavens, I have no idea, months, maybe close to a year now. Man, I'm really bad at just getting things done, aren't I? I guess that's probably the hallmark of the channel, or at least in survival, I'm bad at getting things done. But anyway, today is the beginning of our moving the laboratory and maybe the storage house or storage room. I haven't decided if we're moving the storage room yet, in all honesty. I don't know. Part of me wants to keep it here because we've had it here forever. But, you know, maybe that's the thing. Okay, so on one hand, right, I really do love the storage room. I think it's awesome, and I really love the design. In fact, I think we will be moving it probably, but it'll stay the same design. The only thing I need, really, is a way, well, basically, it just needs to be bigger. Like, I need to almost double the amount of chests this building has because we're really running out of space, especially for dirt, stone, stuff like dinosaur skeletons, all this kind of stuff. We're running out of room for them. Oh, and plants especially we're running out of room for. So basically, the storage room and the laboratory have both needed to move for quite a while now. And both, well, once again, both just need to be bigger and have a bit more space to them. Although maybe not the laboratory in terms of space, I guess. Basically, I just wanted to redesign it a little bit. I mean, I built a better laboratory recently in another world, and I kind of want to port that one over. So yeah. Plus, we can probably alter the design a bit more to make it a bit better. We can move our little lovely sturgeon over there and all that stuff, bring over everything we've gotten here. But yeah, so the plan is to move it a bit more out of the way. As, I guess, you know, I was like, oh, do I need to explain this? Whoops. That's dinosaur bones from the last dig we did, I think. That was a live stream, wasn't it? I think it was. But anyway, what was I gonna say? For those of you who haven't heard this plan, basically, these two buildings, which we built absolute ages ago, are lovely and they've worked really well for us, but they're kind of in the way because as the park is slowly kinda expanding, and hopefully will expand sometime eventually as we get new animals, be that from adding a new mod in if I just give up on waiting for fossils to update. Having these right here wasn't really working super well because they're kind of set down here, obviously, in this little plateau we created, which doesn't really mesh super well with the rest of the parks. They look kind of weird. They're hard to integrate into any further expansion plans. And they're just generally not in the best place, along with kind of like our chicken pen, our cow farm. And there used to be a lot more stuff over here. There were more farms over here and everything, and have kind of gotten destroyed as we've moved everything else. So basically, these just need to move somewhere else where they're a bit less in the way and we can maybe have a bit more fun with them. So the idea is, well, we're gonna be heading over this direction. Not really all that far, just across the river for the most part. I haven't decided exactly where over here we're gonna start, but it'll be somewhere over in this direction. I mean, it could even literally just be this little like island here, and if we need more space, we can fill parts of this in. But basically the plan is gonna be, we're gonna start setting up, well, the new storage room, the new laboratory, and potentially a brand new house over on this island area across the river. We'll build a little bridge over to the main park, and maybe we'll set up some other buildings here. I was thinking maybe a security station would be kind of cool to have. I know that is a project I have mentioned every single Dino's World, and we have rarely, if ever, attempted to even build one. But I feel like that's something we do need to eventually build. A lot of people have suggested we do a monorail, and I really like that idea, and I was thinking we could also then have an excuse to make like a monorail station over here. Also, for those of you wondering what might replace this, like this stuff here. Also, like I said, I'm not sure if we'll get rid of the storage room itself. I may alter the building and turn it into something else, or just like reuse the interior space, because it's a nice looking build, I think. And I'm not sure if we're gonna tear down that house either. We may just keep that up there, although I might hide it a bit better. Yeah, I am kind of thinking one of the exhibits we've needed to redo, and wow, this is the longest intro I've ever done in quite a while. This is going to have actual content, not just me talking, don't worry. One of the big reasons I'm really thinking about this right now is because I was looking at redoing our Stegosaurus exhibit. The problem with it is, though, there's no room back there because that just intersects with tons of paths and other exhibits. We can't go that direction because that direction is another exhibit, and we can't really go this direction either because we have that building right over there, and there's just not enough space right here, and I was planning on putting another building over here. So I'm kind of thinking that when we clear these buildings out, what we're going to do is, instead of having a building here, we're gonna tear this out. Or maybe we'll leave like a smaller exhibit in here and we'll just leave tumbleweed in there. Not that one's tumbleweed, by the way. And just move the Stegosaurus over here and maybe incorporate that exhibit as well. So we just make this a big old Stegosaurus field. Or we incorporate this as part of the aquarium or some of the later builds I've got planned. Anyway, I've done enough talking now, so I'm going to get started on setting up an area over there. So I'm gonna find the place where I wanna build, and I'll start flattening it out, chopping down trees, all that stuff, probably visit the zombie. Oh, that's another thing. We have our XP farm over there, so this is a really good place to build everything else. Anyway, I'm gonna get started on that, and I'll bring you guys back in when I've got like a basic idea of where we're gonna be building. So I'll see you in just a second. Okay, everybody, here we are, and I have made a little bit of a rock wall and a dirt bridge. That's it, we're done. You know, we've really just achieved peak building goals here. Like, nothing I have built has ever been quite as grand as this dirt bridge with a little staircase. Anyway, for anyone who wants to get past my my jokes there, I'm gonna turn my sounds down a bit. I always do this every episode because I keep forgetting to do it before I start recording. Basically, I was looking over here, and I think this is the area. I mean, I feel like it was a pretty easy decision. I wanted a bridge, of course. I just didn't want like if we built a bridge from, say, the current path, right? So like there all the way over to like here, like that would be a massive bridge, and I'm not sure I really want that. Maybe I do. Maybe we'll change our minds, who knows? But one thing I noticed pretty quickly on, as soon as I started this, is we're gonna want to bring this, maybe not to the exact same height, but a pretty similar height to the actual pathway up there. And the funny thing is that's like, what, 4 or 5 blocks higher up than this is? So I'm trying to figure out exactly what we're doing here and how this is gonna go, because, yeah. So that's why we have this weird little dirt bridge. And why I started building a bit of a rockside cliff thing. Basically just because I need to artificially raise all this terrain up a bit. Which, I mean, it's a good thing to do overall, just because, as obviously you can kind of see, the more of this we fill out, we're basically just going to get a bunch of flat ground naturally, which is useful for building these things. Like, we'll just have a nice amount of large flat terrain where we can easily build a new colossal storage room and library. That's a laboratory. Man, I can't think today. But yeah, that's the basic plan right now. I am starting to wonder though. So obviously you can see I kind of started bringing some stone in over here. I am wondering, for those of you who don't know, and I'm sure there's a fair amount of people who don't because this was built ages and ages ago. A lot of this used to be water. Basically, that line, well, you can see the sand right there. That used to be the beginning of a lake that went all the way into there and came out along here. So none of this is original terrain. And I'm kind of wondering if I want to just push the river back a bit, like kind of re-flood part of this, and maybe move this a bit farther back. Maybe we'll do that. That could be kind of cool. We get a bit more bridge to work with. Who knows? We'll see what ends up happening. But yeah, that's the basic idea, basic plan. I don't know if we'll get to any of the actual buildings today. I think my basic goal for right now is just gonna be, we're gonna get the terrain set up. We're gonna hopefully get both sides set pretty much to a good point. And then maybe draw some outlines and cobblestone of where buildings are gonna go. So yeah, I think that's the basic idea of what's happening here. I'm not really sure where all the buildings are gonna go yet, but yeah, I think this will work pretty well. And I like the rock wall a bit. Well, of course I love the rock wall. I always love rock walls. And I think that'll tie this area in a bit better. We're not gonna make all of it like that height. I wanna leave more of this area down lower so that way we can keep this exhibit where it is and not move that around too much. But anyway, I'm gonna get back to work, so I'll bring you back when hopefully I've gotten a bit more of this done. Okay, we're back, and I made some progress. So you're gonna wonder for a second, Caden, you said you were doing rock walls. Why is there like this? So I had a bit of a change of mind, plans, who knows what really. Basically, so this is recorded a fair bit after the last clip was. I was messing around on another world of mine that is just my, like, you know, have fun, try things out. Not a survival world, it's a creative world where I just build things because I'm like, I don't know, I need ideas. And I built, now mind you, this build was on the coast, so, you know, like meant to be for a coastline. And I had built these like seawalls, they're not seawalls, they're like, basically, you know, like if it's like a coastal area, you have like the beach and whatever, but then you usually have these walls that come up to keep, you know, the town above from getting flooded. And I built this from that because, I'll be honest, I don't really know. I just felt like it would look cool and it would add a bit of a different like look to this. And if I'm 100% honest, I absolutely adore this. I feel like this is really cool looking. And I felt like you could do some good stuff with like trying to link this into the what was our Dilophosaurus enclosure. And even, well, it could potentially be a future Stegosaurus enclosure. And it lets me do something kind of cool that I've really wanted to do. So usually, and yes, I'm going to be talking for a little bit this time. Oh, also, we'll go over there and check that out real quick. But basically, most every park I've done has been on the coast. Usually we have an ocean, and I get to do a lot of cool stuff with that, but we don't have an ocean this time. So, and I don't think there's an ocean for like another 300 blocks out that direction. It's either out that direction or it's out that direction. I don't really remember which. But basically, we're nowhere near an ocean and we'll never really be near an ocean just because we built the park here. And I wanted to have that beachfront feel. So part of me is just kind of like, you know what? Why don't I build that? Like, we can totally bring this around. And what makes it even better is that the aquarium is gonna be going over there. For those of you who don't know, I'm not gonna do, again, not doing the aquarium until we get the fossils updated that adds all the animals in, because I need to know exactly what we're adding in. But we will be building an aquarium over here somewhere, and I feel like having this kind of like pier, like, you know, design going along where the aquarium's gonna end up being is perfect. Like, that just fits in wonderfully, and I love that idea. Plus, it kind of gives us more of a thing to do with this river, because as you can see, I started making a little pier there, and I'm thinking maybe we could do like a kayak type thing running along here. I don't know. I just felt like that was a cool idea, and I really want to run with it and just kind of see where it goes and see what we come up with. Anyway, the other thing I started working on that kind of made me go work on the pier was because I got bored. But making double wide dirt platform, basically just extending it all the way out here. Not particularly fun, and just kind of got bored of doing that, but I've got to obviously get a lot more done. I was debating whether or not I was going to bring these retaining walls over to this side, and I'm not sure if I will. I think they look really good, and I think they could certainly work on both sides. But I don't know. We'll kind of see what happens. We'll kind of see what happens and what I end up wanting to do with it. But yeah, this is what we've got so far. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how this is going to go in regards to that. I do think this is definitely how this is going to link up to that path. So what might end up happening is that this just kind of keeps going out a little bit longer, and we just kind of either extend this exhibit out a few more blocks this direction, or we bring the pathway over a few more blocks this way. I think I'll probably extend the exhibit out, and we'll just connect it up to the sidewall of the path, so that way, like, we can keep this all here at this level, and maybe we'll even bring this exhibit out a little bit more. But yeah, we can keep everything at that height, and then yeah, so that's the plan. Anyway, I feel like I keep talking too much, but I'm really excited about this because I feel like this is looking really cool. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna get back to work a little bit. and just kind of see if I can get more work done here, as much as I want to work more on that seawall. I want to get the rest of this done so we can start outlining some buildings. And I'm thinking now, if we've got the whole pier system over here, and this is now going to be more of like a visitor area, that I kind of should put some sort of like visitor type building over here along with my laboratories and stuff. So if you guys have any ideas for what building we could put over here, let me know. Maybe we make like a picnic area, or we make like a big restaurant or a hotel or something. You guys can let me know in the comments down below. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to work, and I will bring you guys back in when I've done something. All right, here we are with what's probably going to be the final part of the video today. I just kind of ran out of time because I got distracted, but I'm really happy with this. So I have a bit of a mock-up bridge here, by the way. I should probably explain what I did. So I messed around a little bit more with this, just kind of trying to figure out how much far this is going to go. Is it going to stay on the same angle? Am I going to change the angle? Yes, I am. Probably just going to have a bit of a straight line come out there and then round it off or whatever. Again, we're kind of gonna, this whole thing right here, this whole like seawall type thing I keep calling it, even though that's probably not what it is probably gonna be an evolving project we just work on continually as we add more exhibits, much like the river we have over by Diplodocus. It's just, you know, a build we will continue to add into, you know, make it better and add more stuff to it as there's more things built around it. So yeah, that's a very similar case over here, but it's starting to look really cool. We got like it. I've got it linked up all the way to our main pathway now, actually. So yeah, it's connected up. It's an official part of the park now, technically. It has made it kind of weird. I'm gonna build a little staircase here. Actually, I'm gonna probably take out like this little bit of glass, build a staircase down here so I can just run across the two, or I'll make a teleport, which actually would make way more sense. Maybe that's what I'll do. I don't know. I'll figure out how I'm going to transport all the items over when I get to that. But anyway, we do have, like I said, we have a bit of a placeholder bridge here for right now. Yeah, the reason I'm calling it a placeholder is I don't know if I just want a flat bridge like this, or if I want to try and do a bit of a curved bridge. I do know I want it to be made out of stone, because I think that'll really set it apart from the other bridges we have, which are usually wooden bridges. So I feel like this will kind of make it more interesting, make it look a lot cooler, make it more distinctive. And yeah, that's that. Anyway, I've got a couple more things to talk about and show you guys. So I brought the rock wall all the way around here. I was going to connect to that island initially, but I like kind of leaving it that island there, and I kind of want to expand out this lake a little bit and figure out what some stuff to do over here. But anyway, as I was kind of working on this whole area, kind of getting it set up, I had some ideas that I think are really cool. So one thing people have been asking me about for quite a while is, are we going to build a visitor center, like a proper Jurassic Park style visitor center, an entrance to the zoo? And I've always been like, oh, I don't think so. I don't really have an area where we can build that, because I don't know, it's just, you know, kind of a weird park with no ocean or anything or real starting point. Well, that's not good. Let's not try not to fall off. I think this is where it would go. I'm legitimately thinking now that this area is going to be the entrance. We might do a helipad or something, and we'll do like a big old cool gate, and this will be the entrance, and we can have a visitor center somewhere over here, and maybe not a visitor center over here, but maybe that's what will replace these buildings, is we could do a visitor center over there, and maybe that'd be really cool. But we'll do like an entrance over here, and of course we'll have our lab and stuff over here as well. And I was looking at this lake, and I was like, I don't really want to get rid of this, because I feel like, you know, there's some cool stuff we can do. We're obviously going to start doing more with the river. I'm wondering, for this new house we could build. So, I mean, obviously, I've stayed pretty far away from doing Jurassic Park related stuff or Jurassic World related stuff in this world. Mostly just because, you know, I kind of like doing my own thing, not necessarily copying. But I was thinking it could be kind of cool to... Oh, I've completely forgotten the name of it. The mansion type thing from the second Jurassic World. Part of me feels like it'd be kind of cool to do some big kind of mansion back here for the new house we build at some point. I don't know if we'll get that done anytime soon. But yeah, if you guys like that idea, let me know. I feel like that could be kind of cool. We could like put a bunch of decorations, basically like combine like a mini museum with like a botanical garden and a house. Like, not a building we're ever really going to use, but something that would just be really cool to have. I feel like that'd be fun to do, and a nice little, you know, break from always building enclosures. But anyway, I think I've probably talked too much today, haven't I? So we're going to probably just call it here. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know any ideas you guys have. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on this whole project and all the things we're going to be doing over here. I think we got some cool stuff lined up, and hopefully it'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed. And until next time, guys, see ya.